what's up, folks? Welcome to the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room. It is Jason C. right here, live in action. Well, not so much action quite yet, but soon we'll have some action. What's everybody doing tonight? How you guys feeling this Whiskey Wednesday? This is gonna be taking a little bit of a week off next week, possibly the week after. Depends on how I feel after my long trip for work, which I leave this Saturday. Going to be heading to Vegas for a full week and a day, so it's going to be a long work week. So I'll probably be off the grid a good amount. You will still see some content from me next week, but you won't see a live stream next week, and I'm not sure about the week after that. We'll see how it goes. But awesome to be here tonight. If you guys missed it, I was on the Junkies live stream last night, Bourbon Junkies with Dan and Sean, and we were able to kind of call out some of our top bourbons of the year already for 2022, now that we're about halfway through the year. So we were kind of going through some different options, and we, for the most part, we agreed on most of them. I think the OKI, we didn't really agree much on that one. And the JD Triple Mash, I think Dan and Sean might have ruined it for me. But we'll see how it goes. Those are not in the blind tonight. Instead, there was a bourbon that I forgot to mention that that I really liked this year, and there's probably a good reason why. And it's this Old William Tarr Manchester Reserve, which is a bull rye blend. And word on the street is that it's turkey, or it's wild turkey sourced, or however you want to say it. But I did want to add that to the mix because I totally forgot how good that was. Also, we touched on Lucky 7 a little bit. That's in the blind tonight. So we have 6 bottles. Most of the stuff that you guys that were in the thumbnail. Tin Cup I really liked this year, but I didn't. I'm not going to throw in the blind. It's such a low proof. I think it's just going to stick out like a sore thumb. So all the rest of these are in the blind tonight. Before we go into that, we are going to say hi to some folks in the chat. Ham Turkey, what is going on? Nice to see you, man. Let's see. Darrell Stewart in the house. What's going on, you legend? Nate Cox is here. Bourbon is in the house. What's going on, everyone? You can check out Bourbon's Bourbon. Roscoe P. Coltrane is here. Whiskey Juice in the chat. John Perkley is here. Cameron Lochner. Hey. The Brewbaker Maker. What is going on, Ernie? Nice to see you, man. Sandy Chima. Nice to see you. Kelsey Dime, Dropping Dimes, is right here in the chat. Cool Running is here tonight. Patrick Q. No mention of Blue Run. I thought I was over Blue Run yesterday, and then Dan got me all heated up on it. But Stacy H, nice to see you as well. JG, let's see. Cool Running said hi to Horses and Bourbons, drinking Calumet 15 and 16 tonight. And look at that. He's got 2 horses right there in his thumbnail. How convenient. Jeffrey Jankovic is here. I think Blanton's is safe after last night. Dunny in the house. Let's see. Jason C. killing the intro. Thank you so much. Whiskey Mountains is here. Mwah, salud. Blind Squirrel. The intro jam is bitchin'. Yeah, I love that intro. Kenneth Rathburn is here. Totally agree. Oh. Joseph Brazzers, what is going on, my man? Nice to see you. Cheech Ardolino, host of Whiskey Encore. Definitely check him out, guys. Let's see, a bunch of other people coming in. David Holden, this is his first live stream live, so everybody welcome in David. Thanks for being here tonight. I hope you have a good time watching with everybody. Ben Hernandez, what's going on? Karen B. Ford, what is going on? Cindy Hutton, Tim Cornet, what's going on? Sean Legg. Smoking a David off and drinking some 1792 Full Proof Pick. That's a lovely combo right there. Chris Buzalencia is right here. Apple Crow's in the house. Let's see. You leave for a work trip on your birthday? Yeah, so literally I'm leaving on my birthday. So my birthday is July 9th. I'm turning 45 years young. And yeah, I literally am flying out on my birthday, which kind of sucks. But I get to spend kind of my birthday week in Vegas. I mean, I'm working. I'm not going to see much daylight, but I go there for we do a big conference every year, and we switch locations. But this year, coming out of COVID, we are back in Vegas at the Mandalay Bay, so should be pretty fun. What's going on, Paul Madden? How you doing? Yeah, Vegas for work. Yeah, I know. Sounds sketchy, doesn't it? and a bunch of other people coming in. So I'm just gonna kind of scroll down here. I think I saw a super chat come through. Bourbon Kingdom, back-to-back nights with a beautiful man. Also, you're 1,000% correct on OKI and Blue Run. Cheers. Thank you so much, Bourbon Kingdom. Yeah, I'm not crazy by the OKI. There's something, you know, people have been asking me about it like a lot today, and for the most part, I could say this. It has gotten slightly better with some airtime. It is a blend. Maybe it just needs some time to sit in that bottle or something. Not sure. You never know how long these things sit in vats before they bottle it. But, yeah, there are, you know, a lot of mixed kind of, you know, reviews and thoughts about it. Some people really seem to like it. And I could see that because there was nothing that was terrible about it. There wasn't anything. I'm going to go here and say there's nothing bad about the OKI. It's a solid whiskey. I just think, I don't know, with all those amazing MGP mash bills in that blend, I just expected more. I wanted more of a flavor punch from front to back. You get it in the front, but I think the flavor just kind of, like, you get all the rye spice in the back end, which is great. I love that. But I don't know, it just kind of goes a little bit flat for me. But that's me personally. But I can see a lot of people, you know, liking it though. Women of Whiskeys is here. Okay, guys, quick challenge here tonight. Women of Whiskeys is almost at 1,000 subscribers. So the challenge tonight is to let's get them over the hump. Let's see if we can get them to 1,000 subscribers. Women of Whiskeys is a great channel. They do a lot of cool blind tastings. They also do, what is it called? Crimes and Cocktail, or Cocktails and Crimes, where they kind of go over some like big time murders and stuff that goes on while they're pouring and drinking whiskey. It's a really cool, well thought out channel. So if you guys haven't checked them out yet, you know, go check out Women of Whiskeys. Give them a subscribe tonight. Let's see if we can get them over the hump, over 1,000. We've done it here before. I think in one night we got 2 milestones. I think it was Dusty Dan and was it Pop 'em Don't Watch 'em, I think, too. We got them to 2 big milestones in one night. Let's see if we can get Women of Whiskeys to that big 1,000 mark tonight. So let's go for it. Let's see here. Wish I was turning 45 on my next birthday. The palate is just missing something. Yeah, Bourbon Kingdom, I agree with you. I'm not. It's hard to put a finger on it because there's flavors that are there, but it's just something's missing. Chattanooga on fire. What is going on? A week in Vegas for work. Y'all hiring? Is it a bourbon blend though? Yeah, technically it's a bourbon blend because as long as 51% of the blend is bourbon, then the rest can be whatever. It's kind of like the same idea with 51% corn. You know, I called it out in my video because, I don't know, I thought it was kind of, and this kind of like weirded me out. Rye corn whiskey. Rye corn whiskey. Rye corn whiskey. Like the more I say it, I'm like, what the hell is rye corn whiskey? So I'm guessing it's corn whiskey with like a little bit of rye in it. That's the only thing I could think of. I've never read anything. I've never read it to say rye corn whiskey. Either corn whiskey or rye whiskey. Never those two words together. So kind of an interesting blend. All the light whiskey in there, 95.5 rye. I mean, there's some good mash bills in there. Yes, also, before I, you know, unfortunately I won't be here for this, but Whiskey Mountains, and I'll throw up the flyer here. Whiskey Mountains, July 10th, which is Sunday, 9 p.m. On Whiskey Tube. Alzheimer's fundraiser whiskey raffle. There's almost 50 bottles in the mix. You could go check it out. You can, every $5 gets you an entry to win some bottles. Go to that website. You could drop the website, or you could drop the web link into the chat tonight. If you want to donate a bottle, you can email Adriana at whiskey.mountains7@gmail.com. Bunch of cool bottles. I'm donating a couple bottles, so it should be. I just know you guys are gonna raise a shit ton of money, so I can't wait. Let's see here. Happy to get one of those Red Line bottles shipped yesterday, says Lucas Openeer. Yes, our Red Line honey cask finish went out, so really excited for you guys to try that. Let's see, Donald Rance is here. Nice to see you. Jason, you checking out Double Helix while you were in Vegas? I'm not gonna have time to do much of anything, unfortunately. The last time I was in Vegas with my girlfriend, we did some fun stuff. We did the helicopter ride at the Grand Canyon. went to the Pinball Museum, went to Red Rock Canyon. I don't know. We did a lot of fun stuff, kind of off the strip, which was kind of nice. I'm just not gonna have that type of time, unfortunately. All right. So, what am I starting with tonight? Right here. If you guys haven't heard of this one yet, you'll see a video of this real soon. Stellam Spirits. You guys know Stellam. Stellam is the budget offering from Barrel Craft Spirits. But somehow they've expanded the lineup of Stellam pretty regularly. We've seen the Stellam Rye, the Stellam Bourbon, which are the regular about $50, $55 offerings. We saw some single barrels come out of those offerings. Then we saw actually the Stellam Black Label, which was older age whiskeys in those blends. And now we have two more new blends coming out. One is called the Fibonacci blend, which is a rye blend, but this is the bourbon blend. This is called Equinox. So, little background on this one. This is the first release of the Equinox blend. It was created using Stellam bourbon. The team slowly layered in rare sets of bourbon barrels step by step until the evening of the vernal equinox, when the blend was completed in honor of the changing seasons and bottled at cask strength 117.26. So this is it's a little bit different from the black. I think the black, they just use what they normally use, but just older versions of those whiskeys. Whereas with these blends, they kind of went through and they took some more, I guess, special types of barrels within those higher aged barrels to make this blend. So this is going to be, they're going to retail for $100. I think you could pre-order them at stellam.com and pre-order them. So I don't know. I figured, why not get into a new whiskey with you guys tonight? Let's see how this one is. This sample was courtesy of Barrel Craft Spirits. They sent me this. So let's check it out. Cheers. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Whiskey Wednesday night. Yeah, let's do this. Here we go. Just so you guys know, this is still a blend of Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee. So, just letting you know. And, man, the nose on this is all candy apple and butterscotch on the nose. A lot of candy apple, though. Not really getting a lot of that Dickel funk to it. But, yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Let me hide that. Hey, what's up, Scotty Too Hottie? My Bourbon Journey's here. DC's in the house. Robert Shea. Emily Chambers. What's up, Butter? Saucy Shane is here. Fernando Lemus is here. Visit Smoke. I'm going to try to get to Smoke Wagon while I'm out there, maybe. I think I might have some time in the first couple days I'm there. Maybe I could head over there, but we'll see. I mean, apple smell could mean young, but not necessarily. I mean, the apple butterscotch, the butterscotch note is what's kind of saving it here. But then there's like a cereal quality to it as well. Like a little bit of like a, I don't know, like Fruit Loops or, I don't know, pick like a fruity cereal. But very spicy as well. There's a lot of like black pepper coming out of the glass. A lot of baking spices here too. Man, it's very like vintage bourbon smelling, like rich caramel, butterscotch, a little bit of juicy fruit gum type thing going on. So far, the nose, I like it. So here we go. Ooh, first pour of the night. Ooh, the spice kind of sneaks back up on you. Yeah, try to get that Smoke Wagon Rye. Yeah, that's what I got to try to do, man. Did Blood Oath 8 make your early cut? You know, that's a good call out. I actually really did like Blood Oath 8. I don't know if it was enough to take over these, though, honestly. But that might sneak into, like, my final year blind. It might. I'm going to have to try to get another sample of the Heaven Hill 17 year, because I feel like that bourbon even though I don't own a bottle, needs to somehow be in the mix this year. I think it's too good to leave out. That Heaven Hill 17 year, I think, was like BTAC level shit. Like, I think it was that good. But luckily, a amazing patron of mine let me borrow their bottle to review. But, you know, honestly, I'm not going to get that bottle in Ohio because that'll go straight to lottery, and I'm not going to pay the secondary markup value right now, which is like almost, I've seen it as high as $1,800 for that bottle. This drinks a lot lower than 117. This drinks like 100 proof, maybe like 103, 104. It's very easy drinking, very easy sipping, but at the same time, it packs a punch of flavor. All that butterscotch, apple, more of a candy. It's more of like a stewed apple now, or like a poached pear with like a lot of cinnamon. Yeah, and I got so to the, I forgot who said it in the chat, but to their point, this isn't coming off like some like super aged whiskey. I think there's some younger stuff in here. It doesn't give you an age statement, but there's some bite to this and some flavors in here that I'm getting that I think pronounces a little bit of a younger whiskey. But all in all, I do like I love the flavor profile. Yeah, I think it's a flavor profile a lot of people would like. It's very buttery, very fruity, good balance, a lot of caramel, and some good spice. But $100 for that, I don't know. That's where I kind of the thing with Stellam with me, I love Stellam and I love the idea of it, especially when it first came out, offering a budget like bourbon line for everyone that doesn't really want to get into the barrel craft spirit stuff, or they feel like $100, $120 is too pricey. So Stellam kind of gave you like this nice, you know, option to try something from the brand with those three, with the Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee blend for half the price. But now Stellam, now they're just coming out with all these different blends at $100 a pop, which is around the same price as barrel craft spirits. So why, you know, so what's the difference? What's this? How's this different than barrel craft spirits? Like, what are you doing to, like, why wouldn't this be in a barrel craft spirits bottle? Why isn't it in a Stellam bottle? I don't know. I just feel like the brand expansion of Stellam is a little bit puzzling to me. Like, if this bottle was a little bit of a better blend, but you kept it at like $70, I could see that. But pricing it all the way up right against the barrel craft spirits bottles, I think is a little bit, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that marketing strategy. But all in all, it's a really solid blend. I really like it. There's nothing, it's a flavor bomb. I just don't know if I'd pay $100 for it, but it's good. It's good. It's solid. Most of the barrel stuff is solid. It just depends on what you want to pay for it. Lipstick Pygmy says, don't forget to watch last night's My Bourbon Journey. The Hawk will now be known as Pygmy. Apparently. Look at, oh my God, what did you do to Scott on that picture? Oh my God. Need a Galliano finished bourbon. Let's make it happen. Oh, Galliano. Okay. I mean, who knows? I mean, let's see. If HA17 is BTAC level, then you can leave it out because, well, BTAC. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, you can, I don't know, that, because even though I got to try that one, I feel like if you did the work, you paid the money, and you were able to, like, work your magic to get a bottle of Heaven Hill 17, like, even if you were like a few of the folks that wait online overnight to get one at Heaven Hill, at least you're able to wait online overnight and get a bottle. You can't do that with anything from Buffalo Trace. You can't do that with BTAC. They don't do any special releases at any of the distilleries. You just have to hope and pray that whoever you know gets a bottle of that stuff. So, you know, it's like, it would be like, I know it would be madness, but like if you really wanted to like wait in line overnight or whatever the time frame may be in order to get a BTAC bottle, if you could do that, a lot of people would. But just Buffalo Trace doesn't do that. And maybe they feel like it would just cause too much madness, and they're probably right. All right. So, let's see here. How can I find that t-shirt? So this is through Rarebird 101. So Rarebird, I think, had a buddy that designed this t-shirt, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm getting that shirt. So I forgot the name of his store. If you go to Rarebird 101, he has a merch store, and you can find this shirt on it. Yeah, that's a bottle I need to get my hands on, too, for my rye of the year, because I got a sample of it, and it's freaking glorious. I just haven't come across a bottle of it yet. Then what was the rationale for keeping King of Kentucky out of 2021 to the end of the year blinds? Because King of Kentucky that's like mega unicorn. Like, there is not, first of all, it's only distributed in like 2 or 3 states. So, and then on top of that, you know, you have a very, very low yield of those bottles. It's just not a, like, yeah, I could easily say, I think everybody knows that bourbon is like way, way up here for me, but I don't know. I could have put it on my list, but I think everybody knows the rationale behind it. It's just too impossible to get. Even most seasoned bourbon drinkers that I know, like guys that have been collecting for a long time, even still don't have a bottle of that. It's just one of those bottles that's just really, really, really impossible to get. Let's see here. Yep, Redbird definitely has some good stuff. Old Carter Batch 12 is up there this year for me. I still can't believe that it's Dickel. Also, the Buzzard's Roost Cigar Rye, absolute banger. Had to hide that bottle for myself. Yeah, Buzzard's Roost had some really good releases this year. Yeah, there it is. Turkey Teas 101. Yep, Dark Side of the Moon. Look at Whiskey Mountain. She's on it. King of Kentucky is the best thing I've ever put in my face hole. Yeah. Yeah, HA17 not very widely distributed either, I don't think. There wasn't a huge yield on it, but you know, if you knew where to go, you could get a bottle. You know, King of Kentucky, I don't think is really like that. Like, you can't wait online to get a King Kentucky; it just shows up. This is gonna sound super new, but Old Forester 1910 is my new go-to. Just tried it. I mean, it's not a new thing. If you just discovered it, honestly, then it is what it is. Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof Coy Hill Bourbon of the Year. By the way, you tried it last night and you didn't mention how it was. How was it? It's fucking delicious. Listen, and I have a review coming out of it tomorrow for the little Fireball bottle. And I'll say this: if you got a Coy Hill last year, and you know, love that, but you missed this small release because it was only released in Tennessee, I don't think you're missing like anything out of the ordinary. Yes, it's a higher proof. It definitely drinks hotter. A lot of the same flavors are there. It's like drinking Jack Daniel's extract. I mean, so don't, if you were lucky enough to get a Coy Hill last year and you don't get that small bottle, don't pay the $800 that people are asking for it on secondary. It's nuts. It's a very, very good whiskey. It's an absolute flavor monster. It drinks very hot, at least at first. I added a couple drops of water in it in the review, and man, did it just it got like this super dark fruit note, like maple syrup covered dark fruit. I mean, it's a sugar candy like dream. It's a great whiskey. Let's see. Hey, Jeffrey Wax in the house. There you go. Just picked up the 17 at MSRP today. Damn, man, lucky. Lucky. Best 3 pours he's had is King of Kentucky, William Llewellyn, and Pingree Black 13. DC, I mean, all 3 of those would definitely be in my top 10 of all time list. Faux show. All right. So much for no drinks tonight. Thanks, Jason. Oh, my bad. All right, so I'm going to pour this. And while I'm, so I don't know if you guys have heard about this label, Barrel King. So we'll be doing a pick of this for the Master Journey Whiskey Club real soon. Now this is, the story behind these bottles is the person that owns this. Now they're out of Missouri, USA, but they're sourcing from MGP, but they're getting their hands on like old Carter level barrels from MGP. And this bottle is a 6 year and change MGP bourbon, finished double oaked in Stag Junior barrels. So this is a Stag Junior finished double oaked bourbon from Barrel King. Scott and I from the for the Match the Journey Whiskey Club, we just grabbed two barrels from these guys and I swear to God, these 2 barrels that we picked are some of the best. That's right up there with like some of the old Carter MGP and just phenomenal MGP. I don't know where they're getting these barrels from, but like our Nashville Bourbon Company picks, these, I mean, all just amazing bourbons. So, dude, I want some of that Barrel King. So I'm gonna sip this. And while I'm doing that, let's go through just probably the biggest news story that came up this week, and that was I don't know if you guys have ever heard of her, but you know this girl right here, Jackie Zykan. There she is in her new warehouse. So Jackie Zykan has, I mean the news broke a couple weeks ago that she departed Brown-Forman, but she has announced her next product. GoBourbon.com and Whiskey Watch kind of dropped a story. Her next project is named Hidden Barn. She is the self-proclaimed black sheep, is now co-owner with 3 other business partners called Hidden Barn. It's a complete reverse of what she was doing at Brown-Forman. Now this is small, very, very small, Zykan points out. I mean, I'm going from a global giant, multi-billion-dollar company to a team of 4 people. So she goes on to say it's an unconventional group of people for someone who's been in corporate distilling for many years, along with Nate Weinger and Matt Danker from Denver's 5280 Whiskey Society. And she's joining forces with Royce Neely of Neely Family Distillery in Sparta, Kentucky. So the art will come as the artist finishes her compositions. Zykan said that the market will be seeing the product as she readies great whiskeys, not on a timetable. So she's going to be batching smaller stocks of whiskey. She has a couple of blends that are already in the pipeline, but is quick to caution that the scale of these releases will be on the smaller side. So it will initially release in just Colorado and Kentucky with plans to scale up in the near future. Aside from the smaller volume, Hidden Barn has no limitations. For the time being, Zykan is working with Neely Liquid, but says that inter-distillery blends aren't off the table. What we won't be seeing anytime soon, however, are any core product lines. Zykan has no plans to make a regularly occurring Hidden Barn bourbon as of yet. So, interesting pathway, I think, for Jackie Zykan as she moves from this huge conglomerate behemoth bourbon, and then kind of gets into now one of the smallest distilleries on the planet in the Neely distillery. And I mean, the complete antithesis of what she was doing at Brown-Forman, now kind of translating over to Neely. So, I mean, she's working with Neely, but she has her own brand called Hidden Barn. So it looks like she's going to be able to really curate and kind of pick and choose and blend exactly what she wants, using different mash bills, curating different types of blends, and just putting what she loves together for, unfortunately, like it said in the article, these aren't going to be mass produced. It's not going to really be scaled up as of yet. Hopefully we get to that point where we see it scaled up. But, everyone's going to go crazy for it. I'm really happy for Jackie. Jackie's been on the channel a few times. Got to meet her once. She's an amazing person. Really knows her whiskey, obviously. She could taste, flavors in whiskeys that I can only dream of. She just knows, what she's doing, obviously. And she kind of shifted that core product range at Old Forester in such a way that I think Old Forester is just going to be the better for it for years to come. I mean, think about it. When all there was Old Forester 1920 and I guess like the original lineup of the Whiskey Row series. Then you had the Signature, the 100 proof, and you had the 86 proofer. The birthday bourbons were always there, but she gets on board, and then we see the 1910, and then we beg them for a Old Forester barrel proof. We got that. Then we begged them for a Old Forester. What was the other product? A rye. we got a rye, the first new mash bill that Old Forester had done in years, and I think over 100 years. Then we liked that rye so much, we begged for a barrel-proof rye. Then we got that. And then over time, she kind of put her own stamp on the industry, making her 117 series. Unfortunately, that will go away, the 117 series. But, I mean, congrats to Jackie Zykin. It'll be interesting to see how the profile of Brown-Forman goes forward. I think she's left her mark long enough that she's going to know exactly, they're going to know exactly what to do, but it'll be interesting to see. And the sky's the limit for Jackie. She's going to be able to move on and do whatever she wants, and we're going to line up and buy it because she's Jackie Zykin and she's amazing. So, let's see. Love to try something new from Jackie. Yeah. Yeah, then if you guys have never seen the Neely family or have tried any of the Neely family whiskey, they do some great blends already. Now, bringing Jackie into the mix and seeing what they do, it's going to be interesting. So, can't wait to see what happens. She may or may not be on the channel very soon to talk about this project. So, I'll keep you guys posted on that as we get closer. Where you make it to go after... Oh, you're talking to JG... yeah, hell yeah, we'll buy it. Yeah, totally. I like to paint a picture with them. Sounds like a little something your buddies at Blue Run would put on a bottle. Hey, we said not to bring up Blue Run. Ooh. You could smell the stag in here. You could definitely smell it. It's like candy. It's like that Swedish Fish cherry candy mixed with like orange, which is like that orange spice I usually get at NGP. Oh, man. It smells wonderful. All right, guys. A couple of new labels I want to get to. In everyone's favorite segment, What's to See at the TTB. All right, it's that time for What's to See on the TTB. Here we go. Not that many labels to go through tonight, guys. There wasn't much out there, but a couple of interesting bottles I did want to pull up. Number one, Jack Daniels. Again, Jack Daniels just killing it. Just absolutely killing it. A Brown-Forman company. Jack Daniels coming out with their straight Tennessee rye whiskey, finished in high toast maple barrels. Yes, charred white oak barrels and finished in our proprietary high toast, no char maple barrels. Now remember, Brown-Forman is, I think, the only distillery that has their own cooperage, so they could pretty much do whatever they want when it comes to, you know, sourcing some oak and trying some different things. Listen to the tasting notes that are on the back of this. I mean, if you just love sugar, listen to this. Sweet aroma of honey and vanilla take your palate through a journey of maple, raisins, pralines, and butterscotch with a long-lasting finish of toasted marshmallow. Like, that's like drinking an ice cream shop. So, so this is a distillery series. So obviously we're probably just gonna see these in a distillery-only release. But if anybody gets that bottle, I want a sample because that sounds glorious. I'm just saying. And I don't usually like overly sweet stuff, but that just sounds too good to be true. So I want to check that shit out. I want to taste that. Yeah, freaking yum, says Stacy H. Yep. DC says not sure about that one. I mean, it could be overly sweet. I don't know. Toasted maple. Maple's already inherently a little bit sweeter. Then you add a toast to it. Then you already put Jack Daniels in there with that high corn mash bill. That could be really, really sweet. So we'll see how it goes. Todd Ritter, the Master Drum. I'm curious how Barrel King was allowed to mention the fact that they use Stag Junior barrels. Their secondary barrel. Buffalo Trace approved this. Yeah, apparently, because the Stag is it's not using the logo. I mean, it is using the Stag sticker on it. You can see the stag horns. Is it the actual? No, it's not the actual stag horns from Stag Junior. They're different than the bottle from Stag Junior, but it does just say Stag Junior barrels down here. I mean, if you're buying the barrels, if you're sourcing them from Buffalo Trace, I mean, it's just a barrel. I don't see why that would be an issue. But I get it. It's Buffalo Trace, so you never know. But yeah, I get it. All right. Adam Shelton, cheers, y'all. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that stream, I had a good time with Dan and Sean. It's been a minute since we did a stream together, and we got such a great response from it. We definitely have to do more together. So, next up, this is weird. Just saying right now, Kentucky Owl, 11-year-old rye whiskey. This isn't the weird part. The weird part is this part. Finished for 1 year in Bayou Mardi Gras XO casks. Now, for those of you that don't know what Bayou Mardi Gras XO casks are, that is a rum. So it's an 11-year-old Kentucky straight whiskey finished in a rum. Looks like it's coming in at 102.8 proof. Here's the back of the label. In celebration of the spirit of Mardi Gras and the pride of Louisiana, this expression of Kentucky Owl Straight Rye has been gently aged for 11 years before sleeping a further year in a selection of rare Bayou XO casks to create a mature and unique rye. I mean, I don't quite know how I feel about it. I don't know. I feel like, when Dixon was there, their whiskeys were good enough to stand up on its own. And now you're getting an 11-year, like, coming in with this finish. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Rye and rum do go together. Sagamore makes an American rum finish rye. So I would probably put it right up against that. But we'll see if we're an ultra-aged, rum-finished rye whiskey. What do you guys think in the chat? Yay or nay on that one? I'm curious. Let's see. That sounds outstanding. Probably as far as rye, it will probably give Jefferson's Double Ocean rye a run for the money because that is sweet and spicy. Yeah, that's what you do without Dixon. Okay, there you go. Jason, what are your thoughts on the recent Larceny A122 release? I do not like the A122 Larceny Barrel Proof. I was not a fan. I reviewed that a while back. I do want to try the B522 because I've heard that gets back on track to where they were last year with the B and the C 21s. So I'll be, hopefully I get to try that. Wouldn't that have been Dixon's project if it aged for a year? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, that's actually a good point. I have to do the timeline. I don't have these labels. You never see price points quite yet, but anything with Kentucky Owl is usually at least $200. So, Angel's Envy has a rum finished rye as well, right? Yeah, the Angel's Envy rum, but it's a lower proof and that is sickeningly sweet. I don't know if that 11-year would get that sweet, but we'll see. Yeah, and Boss Hog has this one that's aged in the rum cask, which is this one, which is the Lapu Lapu Pacific. This is the Whistle Pig rum. I think rum and rye go really well together, actually. So I don't know. I mean, well, I bought that for $500, but that was money I won in Vegas, so that wasn't really my money. Nothing from Kentucky Owl excites me anymore. Okay, I could see that. I mean, I think that's what's kind of been the going. That's kind of been the going sentiment, recently about Kentucky Owl, unfortunately. Okay, next one up. I don't think we have much more. Yeah, just one more, guys, and that is the latest Charter Oak from Buffalo Trace. Most of us don't see these, but the next one coming up is a Spanish oak. So the Charter Oak series, it really just kind of experiments with different oaks, what they do with the Buffalo Trace distillate. This features, now Spanish oak is primarily used it's the oak you see used for sherry casks and some other spirits like that. But this one, it says here, Spanish oak is less dense and possesses a tighter grain than its American sibling, giving the whiskey with flavors of rich vanilla, dark stone fruit, and a finish of toasted nuts and baking spice, harvested from the forests of northern Spain. So I don't know. I mean, I've never seen a Charter Oak in a store ever. Actually, no, that's not true. I did see it once. I have seen it once in a store, but I think they wanted like $800 for it. So yeah, so that's it. Let's see. Let's say it together. Limited. Yeah. Dark fruits and spice. Sign me up. Yeah, DC, I'm curious if you get your hands on that, how you would like that Spanish oak. All right, guys. So I'm probably going to have to get off a little bit early tonight because work's so crazy right now. But I do have my blind tasting set up already. So, well, let me go through the bottles here that I chose to be so far my favorite bourbons of 2022. There's some honorable mentions in there. You know, you could bring up the Tin Cup 10, which I thought was a very impressive bourbon for what it was. Even though it's only 84 proof, it has a lot of flavor for 84 proof. Yeah, the Blood Oath I would probably throw in there. The Blood Oath Packed 8, I did like that one. But these, I think, were the standouts for me. So first and foremost, if you missed the live last night with the Junkies, 4-Gate Kelvin Collab 4. This is a Bourye. This is a Bourye blend, finished in Australian Tawny Port and Barbadian Dark Rum casks. 111.7 proof, an absolute banger of a bourbon. This one, which I talked about a little bit earlier, that I left off my list last night, that I just remembered how much I love this this release. This is the Old William Tarr Small Batch. This is a 7-year. This is also a Bourye, sensing a pattern here, which reminds me that the next Master's Keep will be a Bourye. So this might be the year of the Bourye, that maybe a Bourye takes the top spot, but we'll see. So this is 114 proof, supposedly a sourced Wild Turkey blend. So using Wild Turkey bourbon and Wild Turkey rye together to make this blend. I feel like they give you, maybe not quite yet, but I thought they gave you the proportions on the back. Next up, Calumet 16. We talked about this one, how good it is. A lot of people are raving about this one. You thought it was going to be over oaked, but it wasn't. Just a really delicious, well-balanced bourbon. That medicinal cherry note that's in the 15, it's not really here anymore. This is just dense and dark, a little bit smoky, it's spicy. It's got everything that I look for in a good bourbon. Then this one, which was a big surprise, the Chattanooga Whiskey Founders Edition. So if you guys don't know the history of Chattanooga, when they first released their first whiskeys, it was sourced from NGP. They called it the 1816. And some of that was epic juice. But, you know, to be in true Chattanooga whiskey form, they wanted to eventually go grain to glass and make their own stuff, which they did now. So to kind of pay homage for their 10-year anniversary, they blended some MGP distillate with their own distillate. Didn't really seem like it would work with that Chattanooga high malt, that Tennessee high malt they make, but it works. This is a very unique and delicious whiskey. Absolutely love it. So that was definitely up there for me. And the last two is Lucky 7. So Lucky 7, these are 14-year-old single barrels that are sourced from Barton. And these are single barrels, so that's kind of a, you know, it's, you never know what you're going to get with a single barrel if one's better than the other. I get that part of it, but I was finally able to get my hands on one of these, and I mean, I just love the bottle of this. It's a beautiful bottle from Lucky 7. Ooh, that looks nice. Kind of some bottle porn here for you guys. This one came in at 118 proof. It's called the Proprietor. And like I said, this is sourced from Barton, 14-year-old stuff, just delicious. And you know, if you pay attention to their website, you know, they post bottles all the time and they release stuff. So if you are like, oh, I'll never find that, go online. They sell them online. The shipping takes a little bit of a while sometimes, but if you're patient, you'll eventually get it. And then lastly, the Bardstown Discovery Series number 7. I know there were some mixed reviews about this one, but I just loved how unique it was. I love the introduction of the corn whiskey into it. It is a little bit on the sweeter side, but I like the blending of bourbon notes, that corn whiskey like creaminess that it gives, and it bridges the gap to some really nice rye spice on the back end. So the theme for all of these bourbons that I've picked out tonight is that they're all very, very well balanced. They bring lots of flavor, no off flavors, long finishes, and we're going to try and blind right now. So while I'm setting up the blind, I got a little surprise for you guys. It's a little bit of a time to make the announcement. It's coming soon. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's Blendageddon. We have a top 6 that are left.
And you haven't told us anything about these blends. We don't know.
I actually
don't know anything about them.
It actually shifts gears towards the back end and finishes really nice.
If they were able to successfully blend out the banana note that is over dominating in some of those Jack products, then I would say whoever blended this has an excellent skill set. Jason, do you smell a little bit of a dusty in there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's got like a dusty funk on it. I've been calling that from the beginning.
I'm about out of it too, and by about I mean I'm out of it.
It is down to Todd Ritter with his blend named Heaven and Hill, and William Davilar with My Own Private Idaho, which means the winner of Blendageddon 2021 is Todd Ritter with Heaven and Hill.
Congratulations.
Let's give him a big congrats, guys. Todd Ritter.
Now, what's the blend? We all want to make it.
I know, we got it. Well, let's... Oh, who's pumped up? Who's pumped up? It's Blendageddon, baby. Woo! I am psyched. I'm announcing it a little bit early, but I wanted to get everyone kind of in the mood here because it's going to work a little bit different this year. I have some big plans for it, some very big prizes. I mean, yeah, I'm going to do. So as you saw in the I don't know if you guys are actually reading the actual trailer, but we're going to have multiple judges help out each and every week. So I brought the junkies on. They're going to help out. I'm sure Scott's going to help out a week or two here and there. I think Fred Minnick will be doing the finals with us again, with myself and ADHD Whiskey. I think we're going to be doing that again. Again, another bottle fundraiser for St. Jude's Children's Hospital when it's all said and done. Bringing in some other palettes, and because I feel like some of these blends are so good, I feel like it deserves yeah, if Rough Spirits, hey Jason, working on some content and having you on in the background will help out a lot. Yeah, just let me know, man. Absolutely. So yeah, judges, a new judge each week. Some of them might repeat, depends on schedules. So the two categories, if you guys didn't see those, American whiskeys and Frankenstein blends. I've kind of taken the world whiskey blends out because I just don't get enough of them. I got a good amount last year, but I'm just going to kind of throw those into the Frankenstein blend mix. I feel like I'll get a lot more entries in that category. So 2 categories: American whiskey blends. That means bourbons, ryes, just bourbons, just rye, a mix of both. You know, as long as it's an American whiskey or is classified as an American whiskey, you can utilize it in your blend. Frankenstein blends can be anything, as long as it classifies as a whiskey. So no liqueurs, no, obviously no vodka, none of that. Excuse me, none of that shit. So you can use Indian whiskey, Japanese whiskey, Irish whiskey, Scotch whiskey. You could bourbon rye. If you want to include a bourbon and rye in that blend as well to make your Frankenstein-y blend, you could throw it in that category. The one thing I'm going to ask you guys to do is that when you make these blends and when you send them to me, to make sure you include multiple 2-ounce sample bottles so I could send out to the judges. Because if your blend makes it to the next round, so it looks like I'll probably need about 8 ounces from each blend. So whatever you guys are blending you're working on, make sure you have enough to send in so we can distribute it out to all the different judges each and every week to put them up against one another. So it's not just going to be me picking out what I like personally. We're going to expand this a little bit and get some more palates involved. So, and I'm not going to announce who the judges are. You guys are just going to find out who the guest judges each week. So that's going to be the fun part of it. So get to blending. The blends will be due again this year, September 15th. So you have a whole 2.5 months to work on these blends. Because of the new category, the Frankenstein blends, I wanted to give a lot of you guys a good amount of time to perfect whatever. If you're already working on stuff, you have a good amount of time to perfect it. We'll get into it, and then by I think it said September. What was it? September 23rd or whatever that third Wednesday of September is. We're gonna kick it off. So we'll probably start with the Frankenstein blends, then get into the American whiskey blends, and it's gonna be a hell of a time. So good luck to everybody. I'll announce the prizes as we get closer. I'm working on some stuff for everyone. So I hope everybody enjoyed the trailer. Every time I make that each year, it gets me pumped up. So I'm excited for it. DC, if you want to throw 8 ounces of Dickel tobacco in it, go ahead. Can we use staves in the blend? Yeah, I don't think there's any rules against that. If you feel like a stave will enhance it, go for it. Good way to get free whiskey. Everyone always says that. Mash and drum, any rum? In the Frankenstein category, I'll allow rum. I'll allow rum if you want. People have been blending for months. Yeah, probably. I'm blending all the 2022 Mash and Journey picks for my Franken mashup. Okay, Frankenstein whiskey blends. There you go, Donald. So, Donald, if you want to do anything crazy with any Irish whiskeys, then go for it. I feel like the Frankenstein blends will be crazy. It'll be some fun blends. But the American whiskey blend will be that's the one that Todd Ritter won. That's kind of the most coveted. If you could blend that American whiskey blend and take out Todd for whatever he has cooking, then we'll see how it goes. So let's see here. What is the mailing address to send those samples? I'll post that pretty soon. So we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. So I just wanted to announce it first. When I get back from Vegas in a couple weeks, I'll have all those details worked out for you guys to send the blends, how much of it, and we can go from there. So I am super psyched. Amazon just sold out of eyedroppers. Eugene Nassif, what is up? The legend himself is here. Yeah, Todd Ritter. Todd Ritter actually should be getting his championship. So I kind of did it like leading up to Blendageddon, kind of like what they do at the NBA Finals. Like when the season starts next year, they'll get their rings and everything. So when the season starts, I'm going to have Todd come on and hold up his championship barrelhead that I'm sending him. Oh, man. American whiskey blend is March Madness. Frankenstein blend is NIT. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm really excited, guys. I think already getting some different folks in on the blends and what they like, and it should be a lot of fun. So with that, I'm going to put on a little music and get into this blind. Get into this blind tasting here. All right. So these are all mixed up. Gonna kind of lay them out. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 beautiful whiskeys here. Let's see which ones win out so far as my favorite for 2022. And if you guys have not yet, please hit the like button. Definitely helps the videos and everybody watching. If you know anybody that likes whiskey and hasn't subscribed to the Mash and Drum yet, let's do it. What are they waiting for? Flavor Flav. Adam Hinson is he's in. Hank Williams is already coming in with the heavy hitters. He's just blending HA17 and Old Fit 17. Durrell is coming in with both Frankenstein and American blends. Okay, interesting. I know there's been some folks that are actually, you know, they're already, you know, kind of getting into these blends, and they've been blending for a little bit amount of time already, and that's the exciting part of it. Oh shit! Braves won. Did the Mets win? Marty Whiskey knows. Yeah, I'll get you in as a judge, man. Oh, it's tied 3-3 right now. God, how are the Mets tied with the Reds, man? The Mets are slumping. They're not hitting well right now. So, I actually went to on July 4th. Me and my girlfriend, we drove down to Cincinnati to go see the game. The Mets were playing Cincinnati. The Mets killed them that game, but they've been kind of hitting like shit the last couple days here. So, let's see here. Just trying to catch up with the chat here, guys. Sorry, I'm in for both categories. Gotta have an infinity bottle. Adam Hinson says, matched on the rare character, good flavor, super crushable. Yeah, it does. Ronald Edwards says, Mets suck, sorry. You can't really say that about the Mets this year. They're the first team to 50 wins in the National League. You can't really say they suck. You could talk to me. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows that after the All-Star break, we'll see what happens with the Mets. If they tank it like they usually do after the All-Star break, then you could tell me they suck. But for the first half of this year, they have not sucked. And they still have Max Scherzer, and they still haven't gotten back DeGrom yet. So, ooh, first one. First one off the bat is lemon, ginger, orange, spicy. It's a spicy meatball, eh? Yeah, the Braves are just ridiculous. I mean, I don't understand the Braves. Like, they play like shit for a while, then all of a sudden they just turn a switch on, and then they're like unbeatable. It's crazy. If I were a Yankee fan, I would want them to slow down a bit. Yeah, the Yankees are just fucking crushing it. And that's like everybody's fear. Like, the Yankees are, like, my mom's a huge Yankee fan, and I could already hear her right now. She's like, oh my god, don't score all the runs right now. Like, save some runs for the playoffs. Oh my god. Like, I could hear her right now just kind of going crazy. Because that's what she does. She's the most rabid, yet, what's the word? I'm sorry, pessimistic is the word. She's the most loyal, yet pessimistic Yankee fan I've ever met. Like, they could win every single game, she'll still find a reason to be scared or complain. It's I don't understand it. I don't know how she's a fan like that. All right, Rough Spirits Collection. I see that blend. We'll see how that turns out. I don't know. Man, this one is just bringing a lot of spice. A lot of spice. Great flavors, though, on this one. That's good. I need my Mando. Okay, Jason, what about ECBP A122 versus B522? Did a blind last night, and the nose on the A122 one for me was a caramel apple bomb to me. Yeah, I like the A122 over the B522. But the B522 did really well on the blind. I mean, I dug the A122 for sure. It had more of a punch of flavor than the B522 did. All right, let's go to number 2 here. Ooh. Ooh, I'm getting a little hint of banana on this one. You can do as many whiskeys as you want in the blend. I mean, we got blends last year that had literally a list of like 100 whiskeys. It's crazy. Like, people literally put their infinity blends in the mix, and you just never know how it's going to do. And then sometimes, God, what was it like? I'll never forget the first blend again ever. I think it was Christine who won, and she won on, it was the Thieving Vicar, she called it, and I believe it was a blend of Weller 107. I think it was Weller 107, Elijah. Does anybody remember that blend? I'm trying to remember what was in that blend. And then the year after, Rebecca Page won with just a blend of 1920 Old Forester and OGD 114. That whatever proportion she used was like perfect. Yeah, then yeah, someone did like every single Stag Junior in the blend. Ooh. That is an absolute caramel. It's like a caramel macchiato with spice on it. It's like a caramel bomb. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you have to be careful with some blends too. That's the beauty of it. You can't just, like, even David and Kira from Shelf Turds, they did their blends last year. I think David like threw in some like 150 something proof whiskey, and it was too hot. It didn't blend enough, and I was like, this is just ridiculous. It didn't have enough flavor. Oh yeah, Stag Junior. Yeah, Matt's Deathbed blend was Knob Creek, Wild Turkey 17, another basic bottle. Yeah, that's the year that Matt won. Matt, yeah, ADHD Whiskey won it 2 years ago. We were looking for him to come. I think he might be back in the mix this year. We'll see if he works on one. Oh, the nose on this one. This is way darker, way richer here than the other two so far. Chocolatey. Ooh. Man, chocolatey, fruity. This has all the things right now. Ooh. Chocolatey, fruity. Getting a little maltiness on there. I'm wondering, is that the Founders, I wonder? But man, that came off a lot darker and richer on the palate. Really, really good. I love sherry finished scotch. What's a good sherried bourbon? That's a good question. Good sherry bourbon. My all-time favorite sherried bourbon is probably that Master's Keep Revival. That one was just amazing. It was so good. But yeah, you can find a lot of folks doing sherry finishes. Scott and I, we just did a Starlight pick, which is a sherry finish. We call it She's My Sherry Pie. That one was great. Old Elk has a sherry finished whiskey that's out, which is really good. God, now you're trying to think off the top of your head about sherry finishes. Yeah, Belle Meade has a sherry finish. I'm trying to think. I mean, Jim Beam has that Legion, but I don't really know if that qualifies as a bourbon or not. But they have it's a sherry thing going on in that bottle. Yeah, I mean, Foregate does a bunch of sherry finishes, but you know that's expensive. Bardstown Bourbon Company has done some sherry finishes in the past. There's a lot of them around, but as far as like what's available, yeah, those would probably be my yeah, the Belle Meade sherry is kind of nice. I'm digging number 3 here. Yeah, Beam had that Distiller's Master's piece, which was pretty good. So as far as I'll ask the chat while I'm going through this. Like, what do you guys is there a release that you're looking forward to this year that hasn't come out yet? Let me know in the chat if there's something you're looking forward to that hasn't quite hit the shelves yet. It's orangey. This is orange, chocolate, and caramel all together. That's really delicious. Russell Reserve 13. Whiskey Mountains is getting all on board with that Knob Creek 18. You know, I did not like the 15, but I'm gonna try to get that 18. See how it is for sure. Adam Shelton says your Old Forester single barrel. Yeah, you're gonna like that. M&J Barrel King Pick. The E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof Rye. You think you're going to be able to get one of those? I mean, I don't know your connections. You might be able to. Yeah, the Mash and Journey Jack Daniels picks are coming out soon. Anything Chattanooga. I'm doing all the blue runs together with some Lot B. Jesus, Joe, it's like my worst nightmare. Oh, yeah, Dixon's 2XO. Yes, I forgot about that one. I'll be all over that for sure. Yeah, the old Hawkstar has not hit the shelf yet. The 15-year Hardened Creeks. Yep, for sure. Yeah, the next Remus. Like, when's that coming? I'm all for that one. The Jack Daniel's special release that hasn't dropped yet. Yep, the single malt. That should be pretty interesting. Hopefully the malt will scare some people away to make sure I'll get one. Yeah, Remus 6 for sure. Willet 8-year wheated bourbon. I hear you, Gene. I would be interested to try their wheaters. I'm not a big Willet guy, honestly. I just think they're very, very overpriced for what you get, honestly. ECBP 922. Already looking ahead for that one. Would like a stag release. There you go. Where do we get that sick shirt? It's at the Rarebird 101 Turkey Tea shop. So I know Whiskey Mountains had dropped the link in there before. Adriana, if you want to drop the link to get the t-shirt again in the chat, definitely go for it. Let's see here. Yeah, Willet Rye is very good. I do like Willet Rye. All right, let's go to number 4 here. Oh. All right. So far, 3 and 4 are kind of bringing it. Yeah, the Wild Turkey Masters Keep Burai, I'm definitely interested in. I've been waiting for a high-aged Burai, especially being on this like Burai kick. Jason got a Michter's Barrel Strength Rye this morning. Not a huge rye guy. I like barley rye such as Pikesville. Will I like the Michter's? No, you'll like that Michter's, man. It's good. It's really good. Got your Houdini pick and cracked it last night during the Junkie stream. It was excellent. Oh, thanks, Eli. Yeah, I'm glad you got that one. Man, if I could put our natural bourbon pick in like my top bourbons of the year, it'd probably make it. All right, let me try this one. This one smells really, really good. Oh, yeah. Oh, damn. That's got the smoke, the caramel, it's got a little bit of everything. Man, a lot of spice, too. Raisin. Chocolate-covered raisins. Little hint of cherry. Damn. Jimmy John's Pizza. Good question. Have there been other distilleries that have had to move away from MGP because of getting priced out? I know Cat's Eye Distillery mentioned they couldn't sustain their stuff with MGP. Well, Eugene is in the chat, so it might be a good opportunity for him to weigh in. But yeah, and I don't think it's just going away from MGP. There's some folks that do. You have kind of two different sides to that coin. You have the folks that have been sourcing MGP, kind of like Chattanooga. They were sourcing MGP for a little bit until their stuff came of age, and now their stuff is getting up to age, so they don't really need MGP anymore. And then you have the folks that are just simply relying on MGP to do some unique things with that whiskey, whether it be blends, whether it be finishes, whether it be like a one-off single barrels, stuff like that. So, but yeah, I think all that stuff's getting more and more expensive, and it's definitely real for sure. I love the George Remus, but I got a funky quart in one the other day, which smelled like 1800s library. Oh, like a dusty kind of weird note. Yeah, it does. It tastes more like an 8-9 year. Yeah, that's why we call it the Houdini. You weren't kidding about the 4-gate Kelvin Cloud 4. I put it against the Houdini last night, and Houdini was the winner for me. Yep. Sub Jason, always love your detailed description of the pours. Thanks, Bob. I try, man. What is your favorite 4-gate? Is it worth the money? I always tell everybody this, Big Daddy. It's kind of weird just saying. I always tell everybody this, Big Daddy. If you're going to spend the money on a 4-gate, as great as a lot of their finishes are, their cast strength rise, all those, I think where it's worth it to spend that $200 is their Kelvin Collaborations. So, like this one here, this is their 4th one. They usually release these once a year. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4. This is their 4th. These that they make are worth it to me because every year they somehow, since its inception, since they started making these, they have always snuck into my top of the year. And I'll say this, they always have a rye as well that sneaks into the top as well. So we'll see if that happens this year. What do you think about BBC buying Green River? I just think this is Bardstown Bourbon Company just expanding its portfolio. I think it'll help Green River with not only marketing but distribution. I think it just gives Bardstown Bourbon Company more access to different mash bills, more barrels, more distilling opportunities, more contract distilling opportunity. It just opens up a whole, because the Green River Distillery, it's not a small operation. So Bardstown Bourbon Company is just like on to take over the universe. All right, one more sip of this one. Jason, when do you think we can expect some special releases from Cooper's Craft single barrel? Well, surely they've been around long enough at this point, no? I don't think that's going to happen. You got to remember, Cooper's Craft is a Brown-Forman product. Yeah, Mets and extras right now. Oh, Jesus. Oh, the camera's focusing on the glasses. All right, I'll move these back a little bit. There we go. That's better. Let's see here. Yeah, if we haven't seen other releases from Cooper's Craft already, I'm hard pressed that we're going to see any in the near future. So, unless, I don't know if we'll ever see. They have the regular one, and then they have the Cooper's Craft Reserve, and that's just purely a bourbon brand that they built in honor of the cooperage that Brown-Forman owns, and that creates their barrels. Now, whether or not they're expanding that line, I don't know if they have to or if they would want to incur that expense to, bring out another version of that. But we'll see. You never know. Let's see here. Yeah, we got 2 more coming, man. Have you had the Blade & Bow 22? I have had it. I thought it was a very solid pour. I don't think it's worth the crazy price that people ask for it, that they ask for it. But it's a good whiskey. For sure. Yeah, Green River's producing Blue Note. Yep, the juke joint. That was all Green River. Yep. Where do you think the cutoff is on maximizing dollar for taste? Still building a palate and budget, so how much better is 4-gate over $100 bottles? Well, what you're paying for 4-gate is not only the blends, but the unique finishes they do. Because it's not just like, yeah, they do have bottles where they'll throw stuff in a sherry cask or a cognac cask, but they work with Kelvin Cooperage and they seek out some really, really high-end barrels for their finishes, which adds to the cost of their bottles. When you have a double, so this one you have a Bourye, you have a bourbon and a rye blend, and then it's finished in port and rum casks. So people forget that sourcing some of those casks, especially if they're high-end, well-known brands, they can be very pricey. So that all factors into, the cost of a bottle. Is it better than, I would say it's probably better than most finished stuff that's going to come out these days. But there are a lot of finishes that are coming out. I don't think, it just really depends on your palate. I think that's why I love the Kelvin collabs, because usually it's something different. It's a dual finish. It's not just a singular finish that I could go find on the shelf somewhere. So that's why I always say I lean towards the Kelvin collabs. Here's Eugene. Long story short, investment firms started buying up casks as investments in numbers far higher than craft distillers can use. Prices spiked. A bubble has formed. Yeah, so a lot more folks with a lot more money are coming into the bourbon game as investments long term. So And this is actually part of a kind of a trend that you're seeing, you know, in I forgot what the you're seeing this with NFTs, you know, attaching an NFT to barrels, which I don't even know if that's still going well, because I know crypto is kind of tanked right now. But as far as in the future, not sure how that's going to go. But then I think as long-term investments, the way whiskey is going, if you invest in a barrel that's just been filled, say you pay $5,000-6,000 for it, let it age 5-6 years, you're gonna double, triple your money, like that. And I think NGP has put a premium on them, and I think anyone selling NGP has put a premium on them. You look at the Nashville bourbon picks. Our bourbon that we did 2 picks. We did a bourbon and a rye. Our bourbon was $80, $90. It was $90 for a 6-year bourbon. And then, even though it's delicious, that was the Houdini. And then you have our rye, that was $180. That was a 9-year-old rye at that price point. Why is it so high? It's because they know they could get that much money for an NGP. They're trying to make the most they can while they can. And I think that's where the market is shifting. All these investors coming in, buying up barrels for long-term investment purposes. It's a real thing. It's happening. And as you just heard from Eugene, it's making it harder for craft distillers or smaller distillers to source these barrels. Now, if you got in at an earlier time with NGP and you're constantly getting barrels like a la Smoke Wagon, Penelope, and other brands, then you should be okay as long as you're using some of that younger stuff. But if you want older stuff, you're going to have to pay a heavy premium to get it. Yep. All right. The Houdini is our Nashville barrel pick. I don't know if I have a bottle down here. This is the rye we did. We called it the Cherry Dr. Pepper Rye. See the little thing on the bottom? This is the rye, but our bourbon was called the Houdini because it was a 6-year bourbon that tasted like it could have been at least 9-10 years old. So that's why we called it that. The key is demand for old stock sustaining. Without a doubt, these investors have bought up and forced distillers to overproduce. There's more whiskey than bottlers by a long shot. Glut in 3 years. Yeah, I think there's a glut coming for sure. There's going to be so much damn whiskey. It's going to be hard to, get your shit out there or to stand out. So, all right, let's go to number 5 here. Ooh, yeah. What's up, Will Hendo? Ooh, man. Which one is that one? I feel like I was able to pick out maybe a couple of these, but I don't know what this one is. This has a lot going on. This is a ton of honey, ton of cinnamon. Do you guys know that trick to make sure you smell from both sides of your nose? Just a little tip for anyone that smells whiskey and tastes whiskey or tries to nose a whiskey. Say from both sides of your brain, you kind of go in with both the nostrils, and it helps. Also, blowing the top of the glass a little bit kind of lets the alcohol out so you get more of the flavors. Just a couple tips that I've learned from some really great master distillers and barrel pick. What do they call them usually? Barrel pick ambassadors over the years. Oh, this is candy in a glass, baby. Again, honey, cinnamon, strawberry. Where's ADHD whiskey? Blueberries. I get blueberries. All right, let's try this one. Oh yes. That is dark fruit. That is it's like a strawberry Pop-Tart in a glass. Dark fruit. A lot of cinnamon here. Shit, that's good. Thimbleberries. Yes, Adam. Oh, hell, that's good. That might be my leader in the clubhouse right now. That's friggin' fantastic. This has such a nice balance of sweet, spice. Kind of takes you through the gamut. Like this one and like these 3 were just really good. These 2 were very solid, but these 3 are top notch right now. All right, let's go to the last one. Oh, hold the phone. The last one is really good. Oh, shit. All right, I thought that one was sweet. This one's even sweeter. This one is an absolute vanilla bomb. This is vanilla. This is like just replace this glass with vanilla icing and fill it with vanilla icing. That's not even whiskey anymore. Just vanilla icing. Ooh. Man, what is that? Oh, it's almonds. Oh, it's cannoli cream. It's cannoli. It's like a cannoli in a glass. Holy hell, that is so sweet. That is so sweet. Let's see here. Let me get to... There you go. Ron Miles in the house. So Ron Miles, who's with Bardstown Bourbon Company, says, ranking these, it's a hard job, but someone's got to do it. That's right, buddy. Best double oaked currently available. This has like this weird like iced tea honey thing going on this glass. I'm not sure what to make of that one. It's like iced tea, honey, and lemon, and wow. That is so citrusy on the palate. It is so citrus lemon. It's not even close. For a rye, yeah, Sagamore Double Oaked is definitely up there. I mean, I know people still go on and on about Woodford Double Oaked, but I've kind of like looked past Woodford Double Oaked a little bit. The 1910 Woodford Double Oaked and even the Peerless Double Oaked are all three of those are solid options, but all three of them are very different. So it really depends on your palate. Woodford is a little bit more on the sweet side, but can get a little bit funky from bottle to bottle depending on what you have. 1910 is all chocolate and coffee once it opens up. And the Peerless Double Oaked, in my opinion, is more of like a spicy tobacco type of profile with their Double Oaked. So out of those three, it really just kind of depends on where your palate lies. There's really no wrong answer, just depends on where you are. But I got to tell you, Scott and I, we released a Starlight Double Oaked recently, and that's probably the best Double Oaked product I've had. It's so damn good. I mean, aside from the Barrel King finished Double Oaked in Stag Junior barrels, just saying. Yeah, it's friggin' delicious, Aaron. Yeah, it's really good. I always enjoy Woodford Double Oaked on the nose, but the palate underdelivers all the time. Peerless was painful for... Yeah, I mean, Peerless, I think, was such a different type of profile for a Double Oaked. I think, yeah, it's very different than your traditional Double Oaked, profile. I think it's just, again, it comes in, there's no right or wrong answer, it just depends on what you like. Yeah, the Nulus do some great Double Oaks. This is crazy. This is like lemon iced tea with honey and like lemon iced tea with like orange and honey in it. A little bit of spice too. It's starting to come off like Lemon Pledge a little bit every time I go back to it. It doesn't mean it's bad. It's just like it has like this really like really strong lemon note that I'm getting on that one. All right. So it's 10:26 already. Okay. So let's run through these real quick. I think I have a top three. These three right here are all boomity boomity boom. These are really, really good. We just have to figure out what they are. Yeah, harsh and young, says Tim Evans. I totally get that. There was a local pick of Starlight Double Oak with French oak staves, and it's right there with the M&G pick. Yeah, some of those Double Oaks that Starlights are doing are just incredible. All right, I need Mandel real quick. Oh, yeah, Penelope Toasted. The thing though with Penelope Toasted, they're not regular releases; they're a little bit harder to find. But if you could find the Penelope Toasted, Mash and Journey Whiskey Club has a Penelope Toasted that's getting bottled right now, and it tastes like butter pecan ice cream with butterscotch sauce on top of it with toasted almonds on top. That's what our pig tastes like. And I swear to you, for the folks that are in the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club, by the way, if you want to become a part of the club, just join Patreon. Join my Patreon. The link is down in the description. And you can get access to some of these picks. You know, unfortunately, some of the higher tiers are sold out, but even sometimes the picks will get to the lower tiers. We're releasing a Taconic barrel-proof rye that is super impressive. It's a barrel-proof, 120-something proof rye whiskey, barrel-proof. That is the shit. If you're sleeping on Taconic made out of New York, if you're in the club, guys, and you get this, you're going to love it if you love rye whiskey. And then the following week, you will see the Old Forester pick come out, the Old Hockster. So, all right. Yeah, I do like the High Bank Double Oaked Wilmo, for sure. I think out of their special releases, that's probably my favorite that they do. Man, this is really good. The first one, I just went back to it. Shit, that's good. These are all pretty stellar, guys. I mean, this is like going to be nitpicking, but we'll see how it turns out. Oh. I'm going to start kind of... This one might be last for me. It's good. But besides like that lemon tea note, there's not much going on. So that might be my last place right there. 2, which I kind of undersold the first time I went through it, is now coming off like a beast. Tim Evans, are you doing a Kings County? Kings County. Kings County. Oh, no, we haven't. We're going to try, though, maybe next year. But we would like to do a Kings County, for sure. Yep. Yeah, guys, if you can, please hit the like button while you're watching. Appreciate it. That'd be awesome. Hit the like button down below. Just click that little thumbs up, please. All right, let's go to the third one here. Now, the third one I loved. The third one is so unique compared to the other ones. It's got such a chocolatey vibe to it. Chocolate orange, like chocolate covered orange. That's exactly what it is, and there's a maltiness to it. I'm gonna bet that could be the Chattanooga. I'm just saying. That maltiness is not something I'm tasting in any other whiskey here, and I know for a fact that it has that Founders Reserve has that maltiness in it, but it's so damn good. All right, number 4 here. Oh. Number 4 is up there. Number 4 is definitely up there for me. Eugene, we did 2 Woodinville picks last year. We just did 2 more this year coming out. And they might be better than the ones we picked last year. They're really good, the Woodinville picks. I cannot wait for those. Has Jason picked the Lucky 7 yet, or is he messing with us before picking it? Dustin, I mean, they're single barrels, so I don't know. I feel like I have come across it, but I'm not sure. I haven't sipped that particular single barrel a lot lately, but I could tell you, number 2 and this one right here is just absolutely killing it. Yeah, that's a top pick right now. This one was kind of in the middle. Let me go to number 5 here. Wow. Jason, thoughts on Booker's Ronnie's batch? I haven't tried it. I haven't even seen that If it did hit Ohio, I must have missed it because I didn't see it at all, and it was probably gone, and I didn't even bother to grab it. I do have to try it because people are saying how good it is. I would like to try it. I would like to test that theory because I've been very unimpressed with Booker's lately. Yeah, Blind Squirrel helped us pick those Woodinville picks, and yeah, they're freaking awesome. Yep. Yep. No 4x4 because that's my number 2 bourbon this year after 5 different Lucky 7s. I didn't get the 4x4, but I am getting that special release 4-gate that's coming out in a couple months. They got their hand... I don't know how they did it, but 4-gate is coming out with a 14-year hazmat NGP. Yep, I'll say that again. 4-gate is coming out with a hazmat 14-year NGP bourbon. I don't know how they got it, but that's going to be a thing. Obviously, it's going to be limited. Let's say it, everybody. Very, very limited. I mean, 4-gate already is limited, but that's going to be a more limited 4-gate. If that doesn't drive you fucking bonkers. Mets won 8-3. Oh, how they win 8-3? Holy shit. Oh, yeah, because they get, yeah, nice. It's nice to see that the Mets found the bats right at the end. All right. I think I have some semblance of an order here. I'm going to put this in, that's going to be my last place. I'm going to go back to this one. This one will probably second to last. It's really down to these top 4 here. Woo. I think this one is definitely a top. Oh, this is so good, this one. Number 2 is just killing it. Smoky, chocolatey, malty. That's going to be my next to last. That's going to be my 4th place one. I think that's the Chattanooga. I really do. Damn, that's a good bottle that Chattanooga made. I'm saying it like I know for a fact that's Chattanooga. I'm just going to say I think it's Chattanooga. All right. Using my top 3. I'm not sure what is what, but we'll see. Any guesses on the last place bottle? Knowing how much I drink turkey, I think that's the Tarr. Not that it's bad, but that gave off like all that sweet vanilla custard that you get on a good wild turkey. And then like lemon, citrus. Some of those citrus, some of those wild turkey ryes and the bourbons can be absolute citrus bombs. I think that's what's in that glass. Man, these 3 are just all delicious. All right, I think I like 2. I think that one. I think this is my favorite. This is so good, whatever that is. And this is a very, very close second. Oh, yeah. All right. I got my lineup, folks. Here we go. We play the Mets on this homestand, just have to win the series. Yeah, I mean, Hendo, if you guys win that series, you'll be right there with the Mets. If not, yeah, you'll be, even if you win all 3 games, you'll still be, what, a half a game back? So you'll be right there. I mean, let's be honest. If you look at the standings in Major League Baseball right now, each conference has like 2 top teams, and then the other 3 are pretty far behind. So you have Mets and Braves in the East, and the other ones, I don't know, I can't even think of the other teams right now, but all those have like 2 teams that are pretty close, first and second wise. So it's going to come down to the wire. So we'll see what happens. All right, So I guess the last one here I thought could have been the William Tarr. It just gave me a very turkey-ish vibe. See if I was right. This is letter... The hell letter is that? What did she write? I think that's an A. I gotta get the key out here. Let's see what we got. So letter A is... Nailed it. This is the William Tarr. This bottle just gave me a lot of orange and citrus. So if any of you have had the Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye, where it comes off like just pure, what do you call it? Like orange creamsicle. That's how this one came off. So orange creamsicle, but with a lot of lemon that was kind of all mixed in there too. I'm not sure if this is going to end up making my top 10 this year, but it's on the fringe. But solid bourbon nonetheless. I did enjoy it. All right, this one. This is where it gets sneaky. Let's see what this one is. Wow, that's a surprise. That one is the 4-Gate. The 4-Gate Kelvin Collab came in second to last on this one. And I think that might have been the proof. Coming in at only 111. That drank way easier than I remember it. I'm not like getting the spice. Yeah, but that was the one that was all candy and sweet, and yeah, 4-Gate. Shit, it's delicious. I still think it's gonna end up in my top 10 this year. It's so good. This one, I said for a fact, this has to be the Chattanooga because it's malty, it's chocolatey, it's toasty, and this is letter B. Yep, there you go. That is the Chattanooga. It was hard to mistake this one, guys, because this one is just a chocolatey, malty, orange slice bomb. And I mean, this one taken out, this is a $50 bottle. That's the other thing I love about Chattanooga. Chattanooga does special releases, experimental casks, and they keep their prices like 50, 60 bucks. So this is this did wonderfully in this blind. It stood out, but not in a bad way. The chocolate, the malt, everything came through. But you gotta like malt. Not a lot of people like maltiness. I happen to like maltiness. I like Scotch. And this one actually came through in that regard. All right, that brings us to our top 3. What's left? The Bardstown Discovery, the Lucky 7, and the Calumet 16. So let's see what we got. Third place. Letter C. The Bardstown Bourbon Company. Letter C. Bardstown Bourbon Company, number 7. This is the... So for those of you guys that don't know this blend... 12-year, 31% Kentucky, 12-year bourbon. You have a 12-year, 25% bourbon from Kentucky. You have a 12-year corn whiskey. You have a 7-year Indiana. What is that? An Indiana. Let's see. That is Indiana 7-year rye whiskey. And then to round it out, only 8% of that 17-year-old Tennessee whiskey. So you really don't get any... People that go crazy, they're like, oh, there's Dickel in there. You don't taste it in that blend. It's so good. Yeah, Tim is doing a great job on Chattanooga. Let's see here. Calumet 16 for the win. All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I don't know. Now, I'm going to try to venture a guess here. I'm going to nose him just for entertainment purposes here. Jason, doesn't the next disco release have no Tennessee? Yes, no Tennessee in it. Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to guess this is the Lucky 7. And I'm going to guess my number 1 is Calumet. Let's see. Why am I so bad at Matt's Madness? Lucky 7, second place. And this Calumet 16 is just ridiculous. This Calumet 16, I mean, I can't... I'm getting more of this because it's just... Shit. Damn. C16 was all cherries, oak for me. Good, but very similar to Samuelson. JB, you got a lot of cherry in the 16. I didn't get nearly as much cherry as I got in the 15. Which barrel of Lucky 7? This is barrel 44, Dustin. Yeah, boom, called it. Howdy Whiskey, Calumet 16. Bring on the Bardstown Bourbon Company. I can't wait to taste the Bardstown Bourbon Company 8. Also, I'm getting the Bardstown Bourbon Company Plantation coming soon, which is a rum-finished bourbon. I'm going to get Matt's Blend very soon. That's going to go in the running. If Matt's Blend ends up in the top, who knows? Matt's Blend could be stellar. Anybody in the chat taste Matt's Blend yet? From Bardstown Bourbon Company? Anybody get Matt's Blend? Holy shit, we got 546 in the chat. What is up, everybody? Hit the like button below, please. This is a lot of fun tonight. And then before we sign off, this is something new I want to do each and every live stream. I'm going to take some requests in the chat. If there's any head-to-head whiskey you guys want me to do right now live, put it in the chat, and we'll see if there are any of them like kind of spark my interest. So give me any whiskeys, any bourbons or ryes, whatever it may be that you want me to put head-to-head right now live, and I'll do it before we sign off. So let me know in the chat. Let's see. Crazy. I just bought the C16 last night. Pulled up your previous video on the shop to see if you'd liked it. Tried it. Yeah. Josh, it's awesome. For sure. Wow, a lot of Calumet 16s versus Sam Houston. Okay. Kentucky Owl 10 versus Calumet 16. Matt Blend secured today. Thank you, whiskey friends. Durrell Stewart. Yeah, that's coming. Barrel King versus Houdini. I'll do that on a Patreon stream. Let's see. Ooh, that's a good idea. Calumet 16 versus Remus 5. I like that idea. That's where I'm going. I'm going to do that. All right. All right, let me do that live. Let's see here. I can get some. I have a couple of blank classes here. All right, so let me do this. Which was the Calumet here? So Calumet was F. Which one was F? This was F. So that's my Calumet. I'll pour a little bit more in there. Grab my Remus, which I think I have one right here somewhere, guys. Let's see here. Remus 5. Here we go. It's a good idea. Well, let's do that. Let me clean that glass out a little bit. A little water. All right. All right, here we go. Let's mix these up. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. All right, here we go. Ooh. Oh. Oh, this is a good matchup. This is a very good matchup. All that glass bourbon is about to be blended before we sign off. That's what happens to it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to blend them right now. I'm going to blend all my 2022s. Let's see what happens here. Okay. And then I'll throw these in the mix before we sign off here. Oh man, the noses are both stellar. This one in my left hand, you could smell more of the rye spice. In my right hand, you have more of the like a richer oak profile, more of like a cigar tobacco type note on it. You know what's funny is I just came off the Calumet 16 and I'm not sure which one is in my hand, which one is which. I want to say it might be this one just because Calumet 16 to me has such a definitive spice to it. But this one here is like rich and dense. Ooh. All right, let's try it, guys. Oh, shit, that's good. Ooh. It's got this lingering sweetness that just kind of dances on the back of your palate. This has that same sweetness, but it also has the spice. It's got the finish. It's got the effervescence that kind of keeps it going a little bit. Back to this one. This is crazy. I don't know which one I like more. Whoops. These two are just... They're a lot closer than I thought they would be. Oh, man. I think I like this one more. Which one is this one? Holy shit. I picked the Remus. Oh, my God. I picked the Remus over the Calumet 16. This is so fucking good. Wow. The Calumet 16 was giving me that spice in the beginning, but then all of a sudden, this one started bringing the spice, and it was bringing like a more of a denser flavor to it than the Calumet 16 was. Oh my God. Wow. Remus wins. So what are you basically saying is Remus 5 was a hell of a value compared to a Calumet 16? I mean, honestly, it's not that far off. You know, I mean, this is still really good, and we have yet to see what Remus 6 is going to be. But let's face it, Remus 5 was just a legendary release, and if anyone got backups of this, congratulations. I have 3 more of these on my shelf that I am going to definitely be holding on to. All right, guys, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to have an early birthday pour right now. My birthday's not till Saturday. I will be turning 45 if you did not hear it yet. But I'll also be on a plane to Vegas on my birthday for work, which kind of sucks. So this is my Russo pour, almost Russo pour. So I will not be having a live stream next week, guys. I will be off. You will see some content from me next week. So keep an eye out for some of those fun videos. And man, what can I say? Thank you guys so much for the support. If you guys missed the live stream last night with the Junkies, definitely go rewatch that. Tune in again to... I want to put this up again. Remember, July 10th, mark your calendar. Alzheimer's fundraiser, whiskey raffle on Whiskey Mountains. A bunch of bottles being in there. I'm throwing in some bottles as well. So definitely tune in for that. William Dowler, happy birthday. Oh, thank you so much, William. So This Sunday coming up, guys. Definitely tune in for that. Raise some money for Alzheimer's. My grandmother had dementia, so it definitely. I mean, it's not Alzheimer's, but it's kind of a bridge to Alzheimer's. So it definitely. Whiskey Mountain's got me. When I was on her stream last year, she showed me a picture of me and my grandma, and I fucking lost it online. I lost it. Yeah, I'm just like picturing now, and I'm about to get teary-eyed because I miss my grandmother so much every day. But right after this, here at 11 o'clock, tune into Women of Whiskeys. They're going to be going live. And again, if you guys have not subscribed to Women of Whiskeys, please do. Let's get them over 1,000 subscribers tonight. And let's see how this blend came out before I say goodnight. Cheers, guys. Thanks for all the support. For all you Mass and Journey club members, we got some fucking hitters coming to you guys, so be ready. Don't sleep on the Taconic. It's freaking delicious. That blend worked out nicely. This would be a great This would be a great blend into Blendageddon. It's fruity, it's sweet, and you know what I'm picking up in here? I'm picking up the maltiness from that Chattanooga Founders. I'm telling you, I'm getting the malty, chocolatey like vibes to it, and also giving me all the fruit notes. I think from the Foregate, the spiciness from the Lucky 7, and the Calumet. Damn. Woo, man. To show how underrated this one is, pitted ECBP C920, Remus 5 Frey Ranch Barrel Strength, in a blind different groups. Fry won both. Frey Ranch, if you have a shot of getting any of their single barrels, it's the Master Journey Whiskey Club. We are supposed to get a single barrel next year with Frey Ranch, and they are ridiculously good if you get a good one. So I want to say thanks to everybody. Thanks for all the support. Again, no live stream next week. I will be away, but keep on the lookout for some content. Love you guys. Get over to Women of Whiskeys. Give them a subscribe. Support them. Let's get them over 1,000. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey. It's the people you share it with. Cheers. Get blending for Blendageddon. Don't make me fucking play that trailer again. And I'll see you guys real soon right here on the Mash and Drum. Love you guys. Take care. Cheers.